I have now seen Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. That is going to be an extremely divisive movie, far more so than Man of Steel, and here I'll go into why. This video review will for the most part be pretty spoiler free. First I'll talk about the warning signs which indicate that Warner know that they are not sitting on a crowd pleaser. Then I'll talk about what I liked about the movie, before I move on to the controversial aspects of it and why it will be divisive. Finally, I'll talk about what the future might hold for the DC Cinematic Universe, or the DC Expanded Universe, and here there will be some mild spoilers. When a studio know they have a hit on their hands, they aren't afraid to show their cards a little bit. For instance, both the 2009 Star Trek reboot and the Avengers had multiple public screenings weeks before those movies got out, both for fans and professional critics. So we got quite a lot of impressions from both known and unknown sources at different times and from different places. Later full reviews from the week of release only confirmed those early impressions. Contrast that to what Warner did here. There were only 2 fan screenings, less than a week before the movie is set to open. Following these screenings, we got a number of fan tweets saying the movie is awesome, and these of course spread like wildfire. However, these came from 2 screenings only, and one can speculate on the legitimacy of these, because this is the exact same thing that went down with the release of Green Lantern back in 2011. When the embargo for professional reviews lifted for that movie, only a couple of days before its premiere, the score on Rotten Tomatoes dropped like a rock. This is the case with Batman v Superman 2, as at the time of this recording, 2 days before the wide release of the movie, the Rotten Tomatoes score is at 38, and I honestly don't think it will rise much from there. Batman v Superman is not all out bad like Green Lantern, but it is a mixed bag, and very much so. Most will agree on the good. The rest is what is up for debate. What is bad to some will be intriguing to others, and totally spaced out to others yet again. As most have gathered, the movie is quite Batman-centric, so luckily Ben Affleck kills it as both Batman and as Bruce Wayne. While I still consider the animated Batman voiced by Kevin Conroy to be the ultimate Batman, Ben Affleck is the best live-action Batman to date, in the best suit and with the best voice. Loved how they handled that, by the way. There will be no more Batman voice jokes after this. Also, his is an excessively brutal Batman. While he doesn't kill, at least not that we can see, he doles out grave bodily harm. This is a Batman criminals actually have a reason to be scared shitless of, because an encounter with him just might leave them scarred and even crippled for life. Some might object to that, but still I think Batman is just about the only aspect of the movie that will be universally approved of. Cavill has a much smaller role this time around, and delivers by the numbers performance. Not bad, not excellent, just right for the movie. Same with Amy Adams as Lois Lane, I guess. It is difficult to say anything one way or the other about Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. She looks good and certainly isn't bad, but she only had 15 lines or so. That she delivered half of those as stiff as a piece of wood is probably going to leave some worried about next year's Wonder Woman solo movie. One I doubt there will be much discussion about though is Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. He could have worked, but his over-the-top performance just failed miserably. Another problem with Lex Luthor is that we have no idea what motivates him to act like he does. He acts like a giggling nutcase, and we have no idea why. Although to a lesser extent, this also goes for Batman and Superman themselves. They don't talk, and we don't learn what drives them, or their ideological differences. After seeing the interaction between Punisher and Daredevil in Season 2 of Daredevil, that was pretty darn disappointing. The movie's biggest problem though, what will prevent so many from enjoying it, is its tone and pace. Tonally the movie is dark. Not dark in a gritty or in any kind of realistic way, but in a fantasy kind of way. It is utterly joyless, and it feels misty and dreamlike. Purely in terms of tone, it is closer to Dark City and The Company of Wolves than it is to Man of Steel. This issue is further compounded by the pacing as the movie trods along very slowly. Even so, the movie lacks connective tissue. Rather than one cohesive narrative, it feels like a bunch of scenes to run after each other, with the scenes tying them together taken out. This might be alleviated some in the extended cut on Blu-ray, but for now though, I think this is pretty detrimental. The writing is overall fairly solid, apart from a few moments so bad it actually took me out of the movie. It should come as a surprise to no one that Batman and Superman eventually set their differences aside. But the way this happens is so utterly stupid, I am honestly in shock anyone involved could approve of it. Finally, the movie tries to catch up with Marvel and wants to set up the Justice League, but it does it in a way where I at least felt like it walked into all of Iron Man 2's traps and then some. Justice League is going to require a major course correction. Zack Snyder may be a great visual director, but his storytelling skills leave some to be desired, so I would not be surprised if we suddenly learn that Zack Snyder can't direct because of scheduling conflicts or some other cover story like that. Despite all of the issues though, Batman v Superman does set up the DC universe on film and promises great things to come. The movie set up 3 storylines that I could see. One of the things that stuck with me after Man of Steel was that planet Earth and humanity would have been far better off if Superman had never come, because with him came a beacon to cosmic horrors that would never have come our way otherwise. Indeed, the movie ends on the note that some cosmic horror is coming next. Another storyline set up is the one involving Doomsday. But the one I'm the most excited about is the one we see through a vision Batman has, seemingly propelled from either the future or an other world. The Injustice Gods Among Us storyline. All my issues with this movie are forgiven if and when we get to that. Want more details? Ask me in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. Here is the answer to one I know will come. Yes, Daredevil Season 2 was better.
If you liked this video, don't forget to hit subscribe so you can catch all of our upcoming videos. For more podcasts, news, and reviews, check us out at midnightsedge.net and follow us on Twitter at midnightsedge. Also check out our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/midnightsedge.